It's the first thing in the morning and our breath is gonna smell like coffee. Hi, Poopsies.
Hey, everybody.
This is my brother Daniel. For those of you who are new to this channel, a lot of new subscribers lately, so thank you so much, you guys. But this video is focused and centered on my brother Dan. Because I was just really genuinely curious. Some of these questions I guess was too afraid to ask him before, or never asked him before, so
I keep telling him to get out of my room.
Because he's busy working here. This is his new desk. He has his face masks there, and his computer, which I really like. It's an MSI computer, and we're just still having our morning coffee, like literally. I mean, I originally wanted this to be like a casual, like me drinking Coca-Cola, Danny drinking beer, whatever, but I totally forgot we were even gonna do this video. Like, you went to go shower.
You told me first.
I know, but you went to go shower, and I was like, I thought we were gonna do this later in the afternoon because we had yard work to do, but I guess not.
It's Shabbos.
What the heck does that even mean?
Sabbath.
He's like the male Trisha Paytas, because she keeps talking about her Jewish boyfriend.
Jesus.
Oh my god. And now she's wearing the necklace and everything. Anyway, so I wanted to just basically start off by asking you, like, overall, like, what do you think about, and the reason why I'm doing this video is just kind of to keep it like an interesting topic. I wanted to make this a podcast format. Like, you have one microphone over there, I have one here, but I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't get it to work because I'd have to bring another laptop here to connect your mic and stuff. So, but one day, and maybe when I get a third camera that's decent quality, I can do a podcast kind of format sometimes.
A real interview format.
Yeah, that's what was the focus. But like, what do you think about me? Because a lot of you, and the main reason I do this video is because a lot of you have been asking about Danny. Like, Danny seems to be the hot topic and the interesting subject in every video. Every time he shows up in my videos, or mom, like Mama Bomboni. Every time you guys ask, like, are they gonna open a channel? Are they gonna do this? Is he gonna open another website or something? You know, like they always ask. So, what do you think overall? About my videos, like they want to know, basically my poopsies want to know more about you, so you can feel free to just talk it out, you know. We have conversation. I wanted this to be a simple, casual, chill video. So what do you think about me doing YouTube is the first question.
Okay, what do I think about you doing YouTube?
Honest, open-ended, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Well, believe it or not, my brother and I actually did some comedy skits earlier in a channel that Antonio used to have.
You remember that? That was like a couple videos on my old channel, KK Tony J.
Good thing you didn't put an extra K in there.
You see, that's one thing I like about my brother. He has no filter, but that could get him canceled tomorrow. You know what I mean? In today's generation.
That's why I don't do social media, no YouTube, no none.
I mean, you use...
I mean, I do, but like super de-duper casually, just to be a jerk once in a while.
Yeah, and he posts like horrible things, like on Twitter, whatever. You even use BitChute, like, you just don't like YouTube for some reason. Like, YouTube doesn't even like him at all. Like, he had to close his channel down because he got like banned or something. I don't know, copyright, whatever.
Demonetized, but
that too.
It was a bad channel anyway, so...
No, it wasn't. He had the best name, and I can't believe you got rid of it. Food Person. You could have done mukbangs on that channel. You could have done food eating, cooking. You could have done tutorials how to make the best meals. I'm telling you, you would have been with elbow to elbow with Gordon Ramsay by now if you kept that going. I'm telling you.
Well, I don't know about that, but...
He kept doing long gameplays, and I was like, this is not gonna go viral.
Well,
like,
let's get back to you, what I thought about you doing
let's
YouTube.
get back to me, okay.
Yeah, so after we did a couple of comedy skits, which I would like to talk more about at some other day, Antonio decided to do his own thing after a while. He was still an older teenager, and I think I just started going to college when he did the whole ASMR thing.
There we go. I just wanted to be, because this might pick us up a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were in college, right? DePaul University.
I was happy that he found something. That I didn't even bring my glasses.
They want to get to know you more, so like in more detail, like, you know, like you went to DePaul in Chicago. We used to live in Illinois. You guys know that, and
Yeah, we did
that's
live
when
in
we did
Illinois
the
at the time.
first videos back then. I wish I have the original footage. We used like an old
We
Canon.
could always recreate it.
No, but we used an old Canon
Sony.
microphone. We didn't even use a microphone. That's how back then it was.
Oh, Canon microphone.
It was a Canon
Sony
camera.
Sony camera. Yeah.
No, it was a Canon. It was the original Canon, like the ones where you have to pull out the thing, and they were huge and they were heavy
Okay,
and chunky.
that's something different. Okay.
And the quality was no more than 360p, 480p. Like it was
Potato.
crud quality. Yeah, potato. Like a little better than potato, but potato nonetheless. A big potato. That's what it was. Yeah. It might as well be as heavy as that one, but yeah. So like overall, my question was.
Yeah, so
like, what do you think about me? Yeah, we were making those videos.
I did want to do YouTube for myself for a while because I saw the likes of the Angry Video Game Nerd, the Nostalgia Critic, who I don't like anymore. I feel
like I'm out of the shot.
Johnny versus, if you remember that guy, Juan Ortiz. I wanted to do something like that, but a different kind of topic. But I couldn't be half as successful as what Antonio is with his little niche with the ASMR community. He found a pretty good little niche that worked for about a decade during what we call the Depression, 2008, 2018.
No, I didn't start ASMR until 2012.
Oh, 2012.
No, I was doing comedy and not vlogging, but it was like music video reviews. That's what I was doing. And you joined in with my skits, and we would go to the park.
Now I remember.
See, what happened, we would go to the park and film together. This was like 2009, 10. I mean, like, even before that, I was doing YouTube in 2008, but I didn't bring Danny on board until a year or two later. And we would go, like, film just funny stuff. Like, we used to watch Africano Boy and Angry Black Man.
D6.
Yeah, D6. And we would like his style of work, and I wanted to integrate that into mine and make funny videos. And now you could do that on TikTok, right? Like, we just made a funny TikTok at Tony Bomboni 3. And,
We just did a TikTok.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We just did one. And, you get to do that conveniently now without having to open a YouTube channel. You could just make 15-second content instead of like a whole 10-minute video that, let's say, D6 had to do back then. And
I think these
risk
are
getting
funnier.
in trouble, I mean, even kids on TikTok are getting in trouble now, but like as long as you're smart, and if you're told to leave the premises, like we almost like I'll be honest, like I flipped a guy off when we were in that park that day and we were filming us on the swings with a camera and a tripod, and he came back, remember that, and said, "Did you flip my son off?" He got so angry at us. And it was perfect, but I wasn't filming at the time because I was so scared. But I wish I kept that content. It was like priceless content. Like, there was so much fun material. Like one time I was making pancakes in the kitchen and I didn't realize I was only 15. There was so much smoke, the fire alarms went off, and I got it just on time. And people were dying laughing. Like, this is the quality content I wish I still had on my old cameras. But
Sure.
yeah, like overall, I guess my question was, what was your impression of me doing ASMR? I know you joined in back then, but when I started ASMR, you didn't really follow at first, or you didn't join.
Yeah, no, I didn't follow at first. I was busy with college. I was obviously away from home, but, I always knew you were good for health-related topics. That you
Really?
that
No.
if you were to study something in that field, you would be successful in that.
I don't think so. I failed chemistry in college.
Well,
you knew that.
Well, chemistry is one thing. It's like laboratory stuff. I'm talking about health and wellness. You know what I mean? That's something different. You don't need to be a chemist to be a...
Well, I guess the spirituality of things, like that's what I kind of
Yeah.
integrated.
Yeah, that
with
seemed to
this
fit
channel.
you well.
But like, what do you think overall? Like, I want a final straight answer, like, of me doing ASMR today and making it my career choice. Or
Well,
YouTube in general. Like, what do you think overall? Versus you, who he has like a traditional kind of job.
Well, I do appreciate that he is working in a field, in the field of health and wellness. I'm not so sure that YouTube would be a thing for a long time, considering all the censorship
There we go, an open-ended answer.
that's going on.
Yeah, that's why I kind of
And just social media in general. So
Really?
I would think that you would have to branch out a little bit more, maybe even higher.
Do you know what I'm doing though? You have no clue.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
You have no clue. I have my own website, TonyBomboni.com. I'm doing Reiki. I do tarot. I even tell them every day. I'm like, every single day I have a client. I'm like, I gotta do a Reiki. I gotta do a tarot.
All I know is that I have to shut my mouth and not use my mechanical keyboard.
Booking, like, this has been a record year. Like, probably my website alone, I make more than what I first did on my, like, the first years of my channel. Go. So, and I'm also doing different social media as well. Like I said, TikTok, and there's like a lot of branched out things I'm doing, and I even Patreon, and I feel like I've expanded it enough, and I've built an audience to where I can earn not only from YouTube. YouTube will always be kind of the bread and butter, but I personally, I appreciate your opinion with social media in general and YouTube and everything, and now with the restrictions and policies and everything. I think they'll always be around, but I understand, like I even spoke about this the other day, the concept of like now TikTok is the new thing. Like YouTube was the thing back in 2007, let's say, and everyone wanted to be YouTube and join, right?
That's right.
And then it kind of like slowly started to not die down. I hate that word. Like when people say die down, they make billions of dollars like every day, right?
But they have yet to turn a profit.
How do you think they keep functioning? They're profiting massively
from other products,
but
not YouTube.
No, that's wrong. Actually, the majority of their revenue is from advertising different products. So I mean, the creators.
Well, that's revenue, but they still lost a lot of money.
I think we're not going to go there because it's YouTube, but I think they're dealing with their own thing right now. TikTok, look what they went through. They almost got shut down, you see. So, but they started off bad. YouTube didn't. Does that make? They started here in not here. I don't live in California, but like here in the United States, versus TikTok was started in China, right? So I feel like their foundation wasn't sturdy to begin with. So that's why I was kind of skeptical of TikTok at the beginning. But YouTube has been around a long time. TikTok is still starting, and it's just mostly a kids-based content. So, my point is, I feel like the stability will always be there, and I've noticed like I've had slow growth and improvement over time, and that makes me feel like I have a steady foundation and I'm secure, and I've built kind of my place here, and that will always be, because that's kind of how the algorithm works as well. But with TikTok, it's like you already need a huge following to even get started, like unless you're just like really lucky and you start posting content, and I guess it's the same with YouTube. But I understand your position with social media, but that can happen in a traditional job too. You can get fired tomorrow and replaced instantly. I personally don't think I'm I know with cancel culture, but I personally don't think I'm easily replaceable. Like there's no other Poopsie tribe.
You set up essentially your own platform, as you said. You have your
own
business. Your own business.
Yeah.
You have your own customer base or audience.
Like if let's say, knock on wood, YouTube starts going downhill tomorrow, like that's not happening, but I can always find other means or ways, like other websites like YouTube that have that same kind of revenue building platform, and there's always a way that you can get around that personally. But I just want to get your opinion. That's your honest opinion, and I appreciate it.
It's my honest opinion.
Yeah. So let's talk about something else now. I wanted to talk about his desk because it's really beautiful. Like he bought this new huge desk, and I'm so jealous because mine's so small. But this has plenty of space for all of his stuff. He has so much cabinet space and drawers, and he has I wish you could have seen it, but the thing, what is it called? The Knucklehead Garage, the Three Stooges, that's what it's called.
Sort of a metal poster. I'll just call it that.
We can't reach it now, but I wish you could have seen it, because in his room he painted the wall green, you can see, and he has a couple of things around So this room really got cozy. Like when we first moved in here, he had nothing in here. Like he had like a box sitting there with the TV.
That was my furniture. Yeah.
We still have the old Sony Vaio monitor. I mean, he uses it as a second monitor. That's his main computer there.
Yeah, 5x4 monitor. Yeah.
He is addicted to games. That video that was one of my best videos as of the last year, where I showed his video game collection with like 250 video games, no joke. He is addicted. He has like, by now probably $10,000 worth of video games alone, and that doesn't count the ones on his computer that he
Well, I don't look at it that way, because video games, I mean, in terms of monetary value, they depreciate in value.
That's true.
For the most part. There are
But
exceptions,
the effort
obviously.
counts, though, that you contributed that much toward that. It still counts.
Well, yeah, here's the thing,
You get discounts.
yeah, like GameStop and Amazon has discounts as well.
Mm-hmm.
I do contribute to the industry, now that you put it that way.
Right.
And I do even purchase secondhand to support local businesses too, so it's not just corporate. I'm not just giving money to corporations that
Like Goodwill and stuff? Like, is that what
Goodwill,
you consider?
well, secondhand, Amazon, they have their own smaller sellers. They have their own books and movie and game stores themselves. Amazon takes
I feel
a
like,
small...
sorry to interrupt. I feel like I'm so soft-spoken and you're so... And it's not offense to you, but, like, you're naturally loud-spoken. Like, even when he's on the phone with his job here, because everyone works from home now, it's like, ooh, and I can hear it through the wall. So I feel like for this, either I need to speak louder and adjust the volume.
I don't want to be too boring.
Or you just speak softly. But I want this ASMR still.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay. I guess it's the coffee that got me.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's making me talk really fast and hyper, and I'm like, I wouldn't shut up, and you're just like, Tony, shut up already. Like, this is how we are naturally. We're not always, like, the nicest to each other. We're just like, oh, F off. We always cuss each other out sometimes. But that's with any sibling.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's a Cancer, so... and there's this one viewer who is, like, obsessed with my brother. I'm not gonna say who, but you know who you are. And I tell my brother about her all the time. He's so embarrassed. Oh my god. But I think everyone's crushing on Danny. Oh yeah, that was the next question. Are you gonna open an OnlyFans?
I need the body for that.
Have you seen this? Show some muscle, man. Show it. Flex for the viewer who is obsessed with you.
I haven't done it in a while.
But these pipes, he punched me the other day. No, like last year, we had a fight and like, I don't know, I threw something and then he just went for me and he broke my glasses.
I punched...
Okay, we're not supposed to talk about that on here. I feel like even talking about that stuff will get me in trouble, so we're gonna end it here. But, I mean, we love each other's family, but yeah, we're like Italians. We will throw plates. I will flip the table. No, but stop. That was a seriously difficult time in my life already, and for that to happen, like, I almost was, like, in a depressed state for 2 months, and I was, like, crying about it, because I don't like when people fight, overall. I'm very sensitive. He's sensitive because he's a Cancer, but he gets pissed sensitive. He gets, like, he wants to just destroy everything. So it's really...
Well, to be fair, I'm part Leo. I looked at my whole birth chart. I don't have a single Gemini in
I'm
me.
part Scorpio doesn't mean I want to cause everything to fall.
Well, yeah, you're part everything else, too. You're probably part Gemini yourself.
No, I'm a rising Scorpio and a moon Capricorn.
No, I mean, but
My
all your
main
other...
is a Virgo. No.
You have like a number 2, number 12, number...
I have no fire in me whatsoever. There is...
Baloney, you act like a fire. You act like a fire.
No, I can't even stand fire signs. Like, I never get along with fire signs. I don't know what it is. Fire just never mixes with me, and it just doesn't work out. And I think that's probably why, like, even Mom, like, sometimes we get intentions as well. Like, we don't always get along, and Mom has some fire in her as well. So it's like... Did she have Leo, too? Yeah, she gets along more with Danny. There's a more peaceful tribe between them. Me, I'm like the black sheep of the family. I've always been the black sheep. Anyway, so he has a lack of confidence. That's the thing I want to ask him about, because he can make so much money from that. Like, no joke. Like, even just modeling part. Like, my fans are obsessed with you. Okay, You have no idea. If I just shouted out his OnlyFans,
Well, absence
they
does
would
make...
flop. You would make way more in 1 month probably than a year from that.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, after all.
But I don't want to interfere with his job because he's quite professional, so we're going to leave it at that. Because that would risk his security if someone found out, through his work.
If somebody found out, yeah. I do have to keep a low profile, as I always do.
What would you react if someone from your work, one of your coworkers, found you on YouTube?
It really depends on how they react.
Like, what if they found this video? What would they think?
Well, first of all, my job is okay with moonlighting so long as I,
What's moonlighting?
It's basically when you do something outside of your job.
Okay.
Now, there are two ways you can moonlight. You can, essentially steal from the company by working a different job in the hours you're supposed to work in your first job. That's something I don't do.
Disclaimer, it's Saturday, so he can feel free to do what he wants.
Sure, but I still gotta keep a low profile. I gotta be smart about it.
Okay, I'm just gonna censor your face then. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
He's not getting paid from this.
Oh, no, I'm not.
But if I buy him lunch, does that count?
That's payment enough, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess you wouldn't really care if they found out, oh, Danny, I found you on YouTube.
Well, knowing my boss, he would talk to me about it, and, I can only hope that he can
You would just tell him, you literally don't make money from this. Literally, I mean, it's just you're on your brother's YouTube channel, and he decided to bring you in. What's the big deal if you're on YouTube? Is that really, now everyone works from home, so they don't even know how you look like if you're on the phone with business. Do they see your picture? Unless they looked at your, LinkedIn, I guess. Would it really be that bothersome?
Well, again, bosses still think that, you're there for the company all the time, even when you're off the clock. It's sort of like being an athlete, where even when you're off the field, you still gotta at least think about the next game. You gotta train for the... Yeah, keep up a reputation. You gotta train for the next game. And in a way, I gotta think about how to do my job better than last time, which is why it's important to learn new skills for the job, whether it's reading articles or doing some practice work examples for your portfolio, things of that nature.
Look at him sounding all professional. I almost couldn't even process what he was saying. I lied about his name being Dan. His name is Kermit Johnson.
Kurt
Keep
Phillips.
him anonymous.
My name is Yanni.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, overall, just what do you plan on opening another YouTube channel? You already have one going, a long play channel. I don't want to say the name.
Yes, it's a long playing channel, and it's not really my business to name drop it or cut a promo.
But when I name dropped you, you got 100 subscribers in a day, didn't you? When I said food person, and people went.
But my channel is not really relevant to your audience, so
They still want to hear and see you. Oh, that's Tony's brother. They want to go still.
Okay.
People promote their siblings all in the family all the time.
I did look at your channel, and it's very calming and relaxing. And during these tough times, I think people do need to learn how to relax.
That's bull. Look at PewDiePie with 100 million, not views, subscribers.
Or get distracted once in a while, sure,
and
why not?
He's loud-mouthed, people like that.
And he's hilarious too. I mean, when he's not when he's not doing stupid reactions to video games, when he's actually just talking about a specific topic and making fun of it, he's a real comedian.
I still have a little salty side about him, but I like him for the most part. Because back when he had 1 million subscribers, him and I had a bickering back and forth on Twitter. It's a long story, but when I was doing those reply videos. But
yeah, I feel the same way about somebody else, but I'm over it now.
Francis.
No, not Francis.
Boogie
Francis.
2988.
No, somebody else entirely, but that's a story for another day.
We don't want to get a suit, so we're gonna drop it here. No, but I like PewDiePie. No hate against him. It just took me a while to get over the bickering. Because I feel like back then it hurt my reputation to be looked at as a certain way, and it took a very long time for people to stop looking at me as the reply guy. So, end of story there. But we like PewDiePie. I mean, sometimes I'll stumble in his video and it's just oh, he's still got it. He's still funny, but I don't really watch him for the most part. But my point is, I'm saying that your channel could have ended up like that, like a funny, loudmouthed gaming content, and you just kind of transitioned it into long plays. So I was wondering why you did that.
Well, I guess I didn't tell you enough about me then.
Go ahead. This is why we have it.
It's the exact opposite. When I still had my food person channel, it was initially a long play channel. A long play channel is one like mostly uncut playthrough of a video game.
Gaming walkthrough.
It's not a let's play where it's broken up into like 30 parts or so, because, back in the day, you can only upload up 15 minutes and like 2 gigabytes. So it's like potato quality and things of that nature. Eventually, the limit got to like 20 gigabytes and eventually 128 gigabytes. Really? And it could be as long as 12 hours.
Now I think you can upload like 20 hours, right?
Nope, I checked the limits. It's still the same.
No, because your channel is limited. Because he doesn't have a certain amount of subscribers.
No, it doesn't matter.
My channel's not limited.
No, they got rid of that time limit and the upload limit as long as you create a account with YouTube. So you can upload up to
that's what I'm saying.
Up to 11 hours.
How come I don't have a time limit or upload limit?
Well, I don't have a time upload limit either.
Oh, okay,
not
that's
anymore.
What you were saying.
At least not anymore. But back then, you still had to work for it. Like, your channel had to be in good standing. You have to upload a few videos, I think. I need to look into that, to history more. Mm-hmm. But this is my history, so I took full advantage of it, really. I would start with like...
Well, some of your videos got like 40, 80,000 views, I'm noticing, but like the newest ones are not doing too hot. I feel like because like long plays, eventually people find those, and he does old video games. So I feel like people who really like the classic stuff and look it up, they find him in the search bar first.
Mostly old games that nobody ever's really done a long play for. Right. At least not correctly. I mean, I look at channels like World of Long Plays, and they just break the video into too many parts, in my opinion. It's not a long play, it's a glorified let's play.
But I find that like it's difficult to watch a 12-hour video or a 10-hour video.
Because obviously I don't expect people to watch the entire thing at once.
No. But do you have a timetable?
Well, yeah, I always write a timetable for myself.
Okay, but it's difficult to, even without the timetable, the little red dot where you used to scroll through the content.
They just added a new feature where, like, if you're watching
cuts,
music...
I know, but that's only with timetables. That only shows up if you have a timetable.
Which I always do. Put a timetable.
Okay, but I'm saying if they want to scroll to a certain part, it's very difficult because you'll move that mouse one bit and that's 40 minutes gap right there, and it's
unless
impossible.
You know hotkeys, of course.
It's impossible to, like, if they want to look back into even with hotkeys are only 0 through 9.
No. Well, there's also the arrow keys too. It's like if you press the left arrow key, you go back about 5 to 10 seconds.
Look at him.
If you press like what's this called?
Enough with that symbol.
The Pac-Man symbol. You can like scrub a frame at a time, really easy. But yeah, I do see your point. For most normal people, not
normal people. Way to offend us.
Well, I'm not normal.
I feel like, don't swear, but he forgot. Okay, we're 29 minutes in, and finally he swore. I'm shocked. Usually we can't make it past 4 minutes.
I'm 29 years old. We're all adults here.
Oh my god. But some of you call him daddy and stuff. Like, shouldn't he? Like, I feel bad sometimes. Like, he could make so much more than a traditional job. I'm just saying. Anyway, doing YouTube and everything, like opening a Patreon. That's why I wanted to do a podcast with him. Like, I feel like if we had the 2 mics, and our conversations are pretty enticing and entertaining, don't you agree? Like, we kind of keep it flowing and have something to talk about all the time. So, it would be a good idea. Like, I don't want to just start it on a totally new channel because you need like to get approval for 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours.
That's true. Same thing with Twitch. But same thing with TikTok.
Yeah, but if you guys really enjoy this, then yeah, TikTok, you need 10,000 followers, and make sure you guys get me on that at Tony Bomboni 3. But regardless, if you guys really like this format, maybe we could end up eventually. I can maybe buy another external connector to these mics and get it into a podcast format. Yeah. And maybe bring this into the studio. I don't know. What do you think? and do
Yeah,
more of
it
these?
might get complicated, but I think we're gonna have to end up using another laptop because they're these devices called interfaces where you can plug in more than one XLR cable into it, so that we can have two microphones, stuff like that.
Keep talking. I feel like you're too loud, but keep talking. I just want to check.
Okay, and with that, we don't necessarily have to share.
And testing. I feel like we're the same. Maybe it's just it.
Maybe it's just
because
your
I'm so
perspective.
used to your voice. I feel like it's always loud. But I
Well,
don't.
it's
I
loud
don't
now,
want it.
yeah.
I don't want it to get past that. I don't know if you can see that, the 24. Like, when these bars move and the 24 is in the middle. I don't want it to get past 24. Sometimes yours goes to
You mean
12.
negative 24, like below zero.
That's the hertz or whatever. So I don't understand these
Decibels.
microphones.
Okay.
Shout out to the Water Whispers, Ilsa. I miss her videos so much. Like, she used to help me with this back in the day, the early ASMR days when no one knew what ASMR was. Like, God bless her. Like, she helped me so much with these, figuring out the mics and the sound and what this is, because her husband, I don't know if they're married by now, but her boyfriend is a music producer or whatever. And I was listening to their old interviews. I'm like, I felt so inspired because her channel really started to blow up then, and she was getting interviewed with Barbara Walters and all that, ABC News. And her boyfriend, I think, does music and stuff, so he knew all about sound and taught her, and she explained everything to me. I was like so grateful because I knew nothing back then. I was like, what? How does this even work? Like, when I got this Zoom H4n, which I still use, that's what I was saying, that we don't need another laptop. I think you misunderstood me. I meant I'm gonna get another one of these, the H6n, which is the newest one. Hook it to another mic. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like a lapel mic can be attached to, or actually another Blue Yeti, which they have even newer versions than this. And then you can have your own to talk to. But I'm worried if it gets popular, again, about your job. Like, I don't want people to, like your boss, if it finds out, to eventually find out and then make it a problem. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, if it does get to the point where I was gonna say, if it does get to the point where it affects my actual work performance, like let's say we do like an all-night stream or whatever, and I come to work and I haven't done this one project, and then he finds that, he's gonna use that piece of evidence to accuse me of not performing.
That's not gonna happen. You are so diligent. I'm telling you right now, if they're watching,
but I have to have a certain mental state. I have to be well rested. I have to have my mind cleared, and I can't really do that when I have a million projects going on. You know.
Of course, I mean, this would just be a once in a while thing. If this ends up popular, but I'm not pushing it or forcing it or stressing it, because you've been in like 20 other videos with me, and no one has found out anything ever in the history of your job. Well, maybe that one job found out when you got fired, but no, I'm joking.
That's a good one.
No, I doubt it. I mean, we never talk about controversial subjects. We never are problematic with each other on camera, and it's always like we're just sitting there playing a stinking video game. If they have a problem with that, something's wrong with them to begin with, and you're just not meant to be in that workplace to begin with. I mean, you're really cool with your boss. I don't think anything's gonna happen, but it's just like, I'm saying overall, like, knock on wood, if that were to happen, then I feel like at that point, and if it was a popular enough series, then he could just make money off that and open his like Patreon, OnlyFans, whatever he wants to do, and then like make 10 times more, literally. So, I mean, and get another job. People do like multiple things. Like, people have 3 jobs nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, people are doing the most.
Everybody.
Well, people are not motivated or passionate enough. I feel like I know you again, I'm saying you're very diligent and hardworking. I notice in his job. So like he would never have a problem with anyone or anything. And there shouldn't be a reason to. My brother's one of the hardest working people I know. He puts his all in his effort, even into his work. So I think people see that, but also like sometimes you're very hard on yourself as well. And I feel like that holds you back from progressing. Because if I read like every comment or everything snarky remark someone said about me, like, I'd be dead right now. You know, about appearance, and sometimes you're just very like sensitive and self-conscious, but also too hard, and it's a cancer thing.
My posture's no good.
Look at my posture. I'm like a hunch. I mean, seriously. I have to do those dumbbells. I was just doing those yesterday. I'm still sore today. He has it going for him, okay? He does the workouts too. I gave him my old dumbbells. They're right here, right?
Yeah, they're still here.
Yeah, they're huge. He lifts 30 pounders. He could do more by now, though. But, yeah, like, my brother looks like a nerd, but he's not, okay? Like, he knows, he got it, okay? I'm surprised you don't have a girlfriend by now, but not that you need one. I mean, we don't really, like, need...
Too busy for women.
A relationship. He's a baller, see? He got it. See, that's what attracts people even more. Like, oh, like, oh, I'm too busy for them. Like, that's what makes them want you even more.
And then somebody in the comments said, yeah, well, I have 3 jobs and I still found a time for a woman. Well, you don't have a whole lot of free time left now, do you?
That's true, though. People forget about self-care. Wait, who left you that comment?
No, I'm just saying, there is going to be a comment.
Oh, I thought you actually spoke about that, like, in your YouTube channel. Like, in your video game, you're probably playing it like, oh, I don't have a girlfriend yet. And then someone probably commented like, oh, there's no excuse. No,
yeah, somebody will say that. I know somebody would.
No, but people really do work 2-3 jobs, like night shift, graveyard shift. I mean, they do what they can to survive nowadays, and I'm not saying you should go ahead and do that, but I always felt like I wasn't doing enough to motivate my brother to do that. But then I have to accept that not everyone wants to be a YouTuber. Not everyone, like, you just do it for a hobby. You don't even make a dime off it. You literally just, I'm surprised you don't even have like a donate option. You literally don't do this for the money. You just do this for fun and because you love video games so much. You studied
Game design.
oh, he has a bachelor's in game design. I mean, you know, it's like a huge deal. Like, he really cares about it. The first time you picked up a video game controller, you were like 3 years old. You were playing Sonic the Hedgehog. Sega was like his first word.
Sega.
I mean, he is a video game. I mean, look at his shirt, Japan. I mean, they are the industry leading in video games. I mean,
I could have picked an actual video game shirt to wear.
His life revolves around that. So, it's even like your job is not even around that, and that's why I felt like kind of guilt for so long. That like it's like, I know it's up to you.
That's not entirely true.
I shouldn't feel that way, but like I haven't done enough to motivate my brother to do more with what he really enjoys. But that's another story. But it's not entirely true.
The fact that my current job has little or nothing to do with what I studied for. It's interactive, and I can make games with it. Thing is,
Okay.
you know, due to budget and time constraints, you know, sometimes I just gotta get the job done. And
That's
just,
my opinion.
You know,
That's my opinion. That's nothing against what he does. I'm just saying, like, I always wished he would have a business with video games, you know. But that's just my personal problem that I need to work on.
Okay.
I don't believe that anyone should ever push or force any of their family to do something they don't want to do. Because I mean, my brother's here today for a reason. You know, that's his journey. I'm here today for a reason, and my brother still thinks what I'm doing is not gonna last or be long. You know, he's always said that to me. He's always warned me about that. I've always been open about that. You know.
Well, yeah, I'm actually glad that you told me that you've actually were smart enough to set up, to cover your bases, to set up. Well,
I'm still working on it. It's not perfect. Like, if I...
Well, I guess covering my base is not... It's not the right thing to say. It makes it sound like he's covering his, you know...
Covering my butt.
But, you know, at least building, not quite an empire, but definitely, you know, being a lot like the Gary Vaynerchuks and your Michael Bungie Staniers and TED Talkers who, you know, make a sustainable, long-lasting business.
Right. I mean, like I said, if YouTube were to go down today, let's say, I would be so in trouble because, I'm not, nowhere near the income I would have, like, without YouTube, but, like, without that, like, the other sources alone, I couldn't really, I would live on that horribly, let's put it that way. It wouldn't be comfortable at all, so I'm still working on getting it to where I don't really have to depend on one source, you know, like putting all your eggs in one basket, you know. That's why I like having the multiple things. You guys know I have the MO and Q. Also, I forgot about that, my affiliate links, and my ASMR albums as well. I have that, Spotify, Apple Music, everything. Anyway, I was gonna say, so yeah, overall, that's all. I just was concerned for you for a while, just as you were concerned for me for a while about YouTube, and like that you just, I hope what you're doing, you're really happy about and passionate about and excited about, and not just saying it for the camera if someone's watching, but like really meaningful, like that you mean it.
Once I got
That all that hard work is worth it at the end of the
Yeah.
day. Does it feel like, I want you to be happy, that's all. And find your peace.
I really do hope that I could get. I work for a small business, and I do hope that whatever work I put into would. And we did find some good customers who are mostly satisfied with our work, but obviously we found. I don't want to talk about too much, but obviously there's some improvements we gotta make, and gotta make it so that everybody likes it, not just a few dedicated fans.
But do you feel inside like a satisfaction? Maybe that's too much to talk about on camera.
I mean, once I get into the work, I enjoy the work a lot. I'm very focused and excited.
Okay, the memory card item is that we're going to talk about something else, because I feel like that's too personal of a subject. Guess what I found out? We were getting groceries from my brother's trunk in his car. And what do I see? A Monopoly board game. For my Christmas gift, which he got me Monopoly last year.
3 years in a row.
It's like he's trolling me or what? Like, I found my Christmas gift and now I don't know what to think or say or do.
Just say, thank you.
Well, you haven't even given me the gift yet.
Well, you gotta be patient.
It's not gonna be much of a surprise. Like, I'm really warm under this light, Like, I didn't even expect we're gonna go for an hour, but I feel like there's always something. Again, I want to make this long, kind of like a podcasty format, but what would you do if you found your Christmas gift? Like, how would you even like, it wouldn't be a surprise. It's like it lost the excitement or fun behind it. And at this point, I shouldn't be surprised because third year in a row getting me Monopoly. Like, really, I should have. Now the fourth year, I'm gonna be like, yep, he's gonna get me Monopoly.
It's gotta be Monopoly.
Is that my only gift?
Or Jenga.
Is that my only gift?
It can't be real. No, I gotta figure out something.
Speaking of Jenga, we made it to the 29th floor. Okay, the world record is 40, so that's pretty flippin' close. It was so tall, and the only reason we didn't go higher is because we were missing 3 or 4 pieces. I actually found them in my closet later.
Oh, so they were missing.
They were in my prop bag, which I made a video about recently. You guys see what's in my prop bag, and you actually see me pulling out the Jenga blocks. I'm like, oh, there they were. And I spoke about their tower, but I took a picture of it and posted on my Instagram story. And 29, we never got that high ever, and we butchered it because of those missing pieces. But at the same time, it started to get like a little wobbly, wiggly, and I think you lost, right?
Yeah, I lost.
I usually lose, but he lost this time. So anything else? Maybe we can switch it up, perhaps, and you ask me questions since I gave you all the pressure and the heat. He was kind of nervous for this.
I did give him a board game for his birthday, a brand new one called Ingenious.
Yeah, Ingenious. You bought the anti-Monopoly, this Monopoly game that I don't know the name of.
Oh, the Cheaters Edition.
And the Cheaters Edition.
I try to get Antonio to pay more attention to how I cheat in Monopoly Cheaters Edition, and he was just so stressed. He's like, I'm done. Just let's play by the regular rules, and the regular rules are boring.
I was literally in tears.
Speaking of boring, I think it's now about time that I talk about my YouTube channel a little bit.
Okay,
my current one. I got rid of Food Person.
Which we just addressed.
It's no longer Food Person. It's Gaming for Boring Grown-Ups.
So now you're shutting out your YouTube. You did the forbidden.
Yes.
You did what you said you wouldn't do. Okay, so shout out to Gaming for Boring
Grown-Ups.
See, that is way too long. No one's gonna find you there.
It's 4 words.
Marketing 101. He never listens to me when I recommend you do something and how to grow your channel. Like, he's so lazy about it. You don't even probably do the title, tags, and description properly.
Well,
so people can find you.
Okay.
And your thumbnails are so boring. I'm like,
that's the joke.
How are you gonna work for me? Have you seen his picture? His picture's like that's gonna scare people.
Oh no, that's just my personal Google Plus.
Okay.
Instead of
no, but this kid is committed. Like, he is in some things so cheap, which I don't blame him for at all. Because now you gotta be nowadays. But he will like spend only religiously on video games. Anything relating to video games too, even if like devices that plug into other devices that make your like.
Well, if I need to, like, I just got this OSSC.
No, but I'm saying like he has tens of thousands of dollars worth of video game related stations and content. Tens of thousands.
Few thousand. I mean,
By now, if you count every video game that you've spent, I'm not saying worth. I'm saying that you've spent.
Well, sure, spent.
All these TVs and stations and money. Come on, have you seen it?
I wouldn't say it's that many tens.
Look at those cables. I mean, if you were to see that, and it's not only in this room. Oh no, it is transitioned into its own island in the living room too. Oh, let's not forget about that and add up all those things. Continue.
Yeah.
Do you know there's probably 1,000 video games in this computer saved in his account alone, like his Steam account or whatever?
Well, that's true.
So I was right. Okay. Look at me eyeing it. Look at him eyeing me up and down like, oh, he went there.
Yeah, and pretty soon I gotta go upgrade my computer anyway.
Is it not working?
It's not that it's not working. It's just, it's an upgrade. Kind of like you upgrade your phone.
But is it slow?
I mean, all the newer games would run slower on my current machine if I don't upgrade. So.
Okay. Oh, it's about the games then, huh?
But I want a computer with like an SSD. I want the newest NVIDIA 3090.
This doesn't have SSD.
Not a good one.
Serious? Oh, okay.
Not a good one. It's like a stupid hybrid thing.
You notice all the new laptops do not have a CD input.
No
anymore.
CD drive, no actual hard drive. It's all SSD.
The other day I got, like, you guys remember the Highland Titles, the video I did? The one he thinks is a scam. I'm not going to go there. But the piece of Scottish land, they sent a CD with it. And I had to go on my old computer just to put this. I'm like, wow, this makes us feel old. Because we grew up on, not CDs, but cassette tapes and those, remember the floppy disks? We grew up on flipping floppy disks, okay? So, if that doesn't make you feel old, anyone on this YouTube channel who's like 20 or under does not know what I'm talking about. No. A floppy disk. No. A disk that didn't flop its career. No, that's not what I'm talking about. A floppy disk is one of those things that are like a square CD, except it doesn't have the shiny part on it. It's like a very skinny cassette tape. Oh, you don't know what cassette tape is? Oh, I feel sorry for you. You didn't grow up in our time. You didn't grow up in the world's most technologically advanced upgrade improvement on a exponential scale in modern history.
A quantum leap, yeah.
We went from 1 megabyte being the size of this, probably, to a terabyte being like this big, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Something to fit in a computer. This memory card, this camera is like this big, and it holds 64 gigabytes. I mean, come on, we went so advanced. Now it can hold 128.
Dude, you really need to upgrade your memory cards, man.
I know. I got one as a Christmas gift from a popular ASMR artist. Oh, Fairy Char. She sent it through the Christmas collab. And I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, I need it. Because I only had like 1 or 2 back then. And then I decided to get more. But they're so expensive.
You're calling me cheap.
No, but I am cheap though because, well, it is tax deductible though. Like, I need to not be cheap with that because it really is tax deductible. Like, it benefits your business if you buy like a new camera or a new microphone. But like why spend it when you can save it, I don't know. But now 2 of my memory cards are not working. Like, I'll plug it in and then it'll say like slow card rate speed. I really gotta get going to Best Buy and buy a new mic. I seriously do. I've been using this is my newest one, 3 years now, and I really need to get a new microphone probably, and an external mic as well. Yeah, I gotta use your Patreon money somehow. Anyway, so I was gonna say about your MSI computer. There's the newest MSI. It's like $4,000 with tax and everything.
Oh yeah, with tax.
It's like a golden rim, like
but
the red
but I don't want
is replaced with a gold color.
Yeah, but I don't want a laptop. I want an actual desktop, so that I can utilize a lot more power at once, and it'll be like 1 to 2 quantum leaps over this thing.
Alienware.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
Or build my own. I've never built my own computer, so.
What
but I'm just waiting for the right parts because
How can you build a computer?
the same way you can technically build plumbing, you get parts.
I didn't know you knew how to do that. Did they
Well-
teach you that in school?
Well, no, they don't teach that in school. You just watch YouTube videos or you talk to some geek.
Because you studied computers.
Well, no, it's not the same thing, but it's more like a software thing.
Oh, right, you studied software, huh?
Yeah, software, not hardware.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it more expensive to build a computer?
No, obviously it's cheaper. It's like instead of paying the middleman.
Obviously, like I'm supposed to. Hey, if you build a house from the ground up, it's more expensive than if you just pre-purchase it.
No.
It's not the same thing.
You just you don't have to pay labor technically. I mean, you do if you want help, but all you do is just buy the materials. You don't have to buy. I guess you have to pay for a permit, but that's it. You just do the work yourself.
What do you mean?
Hire your own
permit?
Well, I guess to get to build your own house, I guess you got a permit.
No. I'm saying to build a computer.
Oh no, not to build a computer. No, that's something. That's just like a personal thing.
But like, what if like I was getting paranoid? Like you were taping some missing piece in one of your stations the other day with literal clear plastic tape, and I'm like, Danny, that's gonna go on fire.
No, it's not.
So I'm nervous, like if you build something, it's just gonna explode, like in SpongeBob. Like when people just randomly explode, that's what's gonna happen. Like if you don't know what you're
And
doing.
then I'm gonna act like the prodigy. I'm the fire starter, twisted fire starter.
Oh my god, you're so annoying. Copyright. He's trying to get me in trouble. He's like, let me sabotage and find one way where he can't make $1 of this. No, I'm joking, but seriously, like but I think you have a problem. Let's face it, like some people have a problem with other things, addictions. Your addiction is spending on video game related things. Like the other day, he went ahead and bought, just because he can, a World of Warcraft. It's sitting right there. I don't want to reach it now, but a World of Warcraft guide, a game edition guide, menu, whatever that's called.
It's my own. It's a instruction manual.
I literally have that instruction manual that came with the expansion pack for free.
I don't want to have. But I don't know. I don't want to have to ask you for it just to look at it.
It's so much a problem. He doesn't even play World of Warcraft.
No, I just like reading the lore. I mean, I saw it at the Goodwill, and it was
It's
cheap.
not even lore. It's literally a game manual.
No, there's a story in that manual. You didn't even read that manual.
Oh my god. I literally have it. That's the point. And he still bought it anyway.
But for myself, so I don't have to ask you.
It's literally, I don't even use it. Maybe it's lost by now, but whatever. Maybe he didn't know I had it, but like,
No, maybe you lost it. You lost it.
I probably did, but my point is that you have a problem. And you have to admit that problem. And it's okay to admit the problem, because that's how the healing process
But what if I
starts.
don't think it's a problem? As long as I can manage
Then
it.
you have a problem, because that's even worse, because you don't think you have a problem. Oh, that's even worse.
Baloney.
See, now he said Bologna. Now he's gonna go to the store and buy a video game called Bologna Part 2. Just because he can. And he's itching and urging to. You've even been buying scratch cards lately. I'm like,
Yeah, because you keep winning on that one scratch
I
card.
won like $3.
Well, no. Okay, the very first one I got, I won $12.
See, that's how the problem starts. Oh, I won. Let me try again so I could win more.
But I'm getting it for the whole family so that you can get it.
My problem is probably being too cheap to buy.
No, your
memory
problem is
cards.
criticizing
Poopsies.
others.
I want to get. That's true, but that's the Virgo in me. See, we're getting somewhere. Finally, I got something out of him. But I want to get a 4K camera probably next year. We'll see, though. We'll see. No promises.
How much?
It's no more than 2,000. It's through Canon. Like I've been getting the EOS Rebel versions. This is the T7i. Before this, I got the T5i. So I want the 8 T8i. I think is the newest one with a 4K quality. So
DSLR, right?
yeah, I like this. I do.
DSLR, okay.
So I wonder if there's anything else to talk about. If you want to bring up, you don't want to ask me anything.
Well, I better ask you a whole bunch of questions.
Oh boy, here we go. Let's not make this too long.
I guess.
It's interviewing you, not me.
Oh, I do have to keep it casual, right?
I mean, we're just talking, literally. What is that? Is that the laundry machine? That's probably the laundry machine.
How often do you?
I like criticizing others, but I don't like to be criticized. How often do I what?
If you make more than... I know you record more than one video a day. Do you change your shirt every day?
Not always. Yes, for every video. Like, sometimes I'll record... Okay, that is true. Sometimes I'll record like 3 videos in one day just to get it over with and rip the band-aid. Oh my god, that machine is so annoying. Sorry, someone's working on a live shit. Yes, I will change my shirt so it looks like a different day of the week, you know.
Sense.
In the beginning to middle of the year, I like to upload every day almost. But now, like the end of the year, it's kind of more laid back and I don't upload as much. It's kind of like my vacation time. So.
What about weekends?
No, I mean, we're recording on a Saturday because you have no choice with your work.
But usually.
You work Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Usually, I record on average 1 to 2 videos a day on the weekday, not the weekend.
Yeah.
The weekend is to take care of other real life stuff and maybe if I'm too busy with clients and stuff on my website, book your own services from me, TonyBomboni.com. Yeah, then I will just have to take that time and sometimes I do other things like vlogs as well. I even forgot about that. That's another thing I do. And, but you see, like I'm doing multiple things at once and I still have the time and energy. That's why I feel like you can be so much more productive and part-time, have your own thing.
I just don't have the same energy.
That's my toxic
That's what
trait.
I said. I don't have a Gemini in me. Not a single bit.
I don't have any
Well,
Gemini.
you haven't looked at your whole birth chart.
I did. You think you know more than me about astrology? Go on astrolabe.com. You can literally see, like, the full planetary chart. Bish, I brought this up to you before you even knew what astrolabe was, or astrology or anything. He's obsessed with Chinese zodiac. That's what it is.
I looked at something like that too. I looked at the zodiac you look like, not just the Chinese stuff.
Whatever. Yeah, on BitChute. Seriously. Like, I'm a dog in the Chinese. You're a goat.
Sheep. Yeah, sheep.
A sheep.
Goat.
I thought you were a goat.
Okay, it's not clear if it's a sheep or a goat or a ram, but I guess just to distinguish it from the other zodiac, we'll just call me a sheep.
Ah, you're a sheep.
Yeah.
Mindless sheep. Yeah, but I do have a lot of the dog traits.
This is gonna be our podcast name. Sheepdog Podcasting. Yeah, just you and me.
That's actually a good idea, and we could have mugs. Like, this is what I got him for Christmas. It's a Crash Bandicoot, and it transitions into a not this Christmas, but last Christmas. When it gets hot, you can see the character slowly showing up on both sides. It's real cool. But we could do that sheepdog and get like a sheep for you and a dog on my mug. That's pretty cool.
Something like that.
This is mine. It's just this was actually a Christmas gift I think 2 years ago to me. I like it, but it's huge though. It fills a lot of space. And you already cracked your mug. I told you not to wash it in the dishwasher.
Well, that's my mom washing it in a dishwasher.
That's another thing. A lot of you guys have been asking, like, wait, this whole time I thought Tony bought his own house. Why is Danny here? Why is his family there? We all live together, and it's both of our house. Okay, so that's to answer your question. To put it down.
This is my room.
Yeah, this is his room. I mean, and so it's like just addressing kind of a subject that a lot of you have been asking, like, wait a minute, why is he there? Like, who is it? Everyone actually immediately assumed it was Danny's only because he's older, and they were like, oh, Tony doesn't make that much money. Okay, I don't make like God knows how much, but we could afford this together, so we just decided to do it because it's financially good, it's responsible, and it's just like we're thinking about our future, and things kind of ended up in life kind of sometimes with the rivers crossed with someone, like I moved out and then I didn't expect this was going to happen, but it just kind of happened anyway. And, it's just something we decided to do, and I felt like it was the right decision. I don't regret it at all, it's...
Yeah, I like Florida.
Yeah, we agree on it. Yeah, he moved from Illinois too, so it's like, what do you think about living here in general?
I was gonna remain in Illinois because I didn't think there were gonna be that many jobs in Florida. Me and my brainwashed liberal mind thought, oh, southern states is just for vacation and hicks, yokels, hicks, and spicks.
Danny, don't. Danny, please have a filter, please. We have to edit out.
But moving out here, we live in the middle of sticks, but still found a job.
Yeah, we live like literally in the middle of nowhere.
Still found
like
a job.
Forest.
And it's a much better place to live.
Yeah. It took you a while though. You were in and out of a few jobs until
Well, yeah,
and
sure.
it got pretty steady. So
Pretty steady from here on out.
I'm proud of you for that, but I feel nervous like that sometimes, like, because I don't know how the corporate world works. I never once worked at a
Well, I
corporate
don't work
job.
for a corporation. It's a small business.
No, I'm trying to say in a corporate mindset kind of job. Like, I've only worked with our father who did home remodeling, but which you also did too.
Even if you work for your own business, you still have a certain, you gotta show up at a certain
but
time.
I've never worked for a boss. Like, I've never had, like, besides our own father, like, I've never had that kind of environment where you had to work in a cubicle. Like, before this whole situation happened, you were working in, like, office space. I've never had that environment where I have to show up for someone at a certain time. Do you know what I mean? So, like, drive to work, that kind of a life, 9 to 5. I've never had that, so I don't understand how it works. But I always get nervous, like, if he ends up finding, let's say, example, a higher paid job or something, that, like, oh, what if that doesn't work out and you just sabotaged your current one? Like, that always makes me nervous, and that's why I never liked that, and I never wanted to get into it, because it's like, when you leave for a job, like, doesn't it make you nervous that, like, oh, I just left my security?
It does.
It
does.
But at the same time, you do want to go for bigger and better. You want to improve your lifestyle.
It is exciting to leave it, though. Yeah, it is exciting to do your own thing, though.
And that's another thing, though, is like, it's too stable for me as well. It's like the 401k thing, and, like, I don't know how any of that works, but, like, the retirement, and that you have to save month by month, and like, restrict yourself, like, by the time you're 65 to retire. But, like, self-employed people or people with businesses can work past 65. They don't necessarily have to save for that every month. They should, but that's what makes me nervous. But the only good thing about your type of work is, like, I don't know how your benefits work. We're not going to talk about that now, but, like, usually work jobs have, like, healthcare and dental and vision and whatever.
It all comes out of your paycheck.
And I have to pay that out of pocket for myself.
Well, either way, it comes out of your pay.
But not as much.
Well, it depends on the company.
Healthcare is expensive. Have you seen the premiums? It's at least $300 a month. If you have a certain income.
Yeah, depending on your coverage, yeah.
It can go up to like $1,000. It's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But taxes are another thing. I think businesses can get more tax breaks. So, but I don't know. That's like me. Like, personally, I'm more comfortable with that. Danny's more comfortable with that. If he's happy, I'm proud of him.
Yeah, it really depends on how, like, you could prepay your taxes.
Yeah,
and
I have
maybe
the option
save
to do that, but I don't
and get a
do
refund that way after the fact.
I'll pay when I'm told exactly the number that is due, which I do I pay in full every year.
Well, you're not told that. It's just something you figure out. Like, you can elect to withhold a certain amount from your wages when you do, like, your 4W.
I know, I have the option to do that, but like, when we went to another tax guy momentarily, another financial advisor, he said, "Oh, you should prepay in advance," and he was like, "Oh," he's like, $7,000 is due right now. Why pay now when you can wait to pay that off, over time? And that's what I do. Like, I wait the full cycle, and then I pay in full whatever I'm told that is due for the whole year.
I think that
instead of,
tax guy
like,
was
$7,000 after 3 months. I'm like, what? Like, it doesn't make sense to me, the prepaid thing, because that is based on if your income is steady. My income is never steady. So why would you overpay if you made less?
It doesn't really matter if you make a lot. You just heard the debate last night where Trump mentioned something about how much he paid. He talked about it, but
we're not going to go there. So anyway, yeah, I know you have the option as a business.
Yeah, go ahead and turn off the mic on my side.
I know you have the option. Well, it's still going to pick it up. As a sole proprietor, you have that option, but I choose to wait until I'm told exactly how much I made, what my amount, my deductions are, and then pay. And, like, it's not fair when I could use that extra, let's say, 7,000 example. Just give me an example number. As a cushion to support myself and save or use it for other expenses in the meantime. Because when I first started on YouTube, like, I really didn't make that much at all, and they were like, okay, you owe, like, let's say $2,000 for the year, and I was like, okay, I couldn't afford that, so I didn't have $2,000 saved at the time, so I was like, okay, let me pay $150 a month, $200 a month, and I had to pay my tax slowly over time, and it was considered late, and they, on top of that, charged a fee. But whereas if you pay in full, you avoid that fee, and you avoid problem with, IRS and stuff. So It's just a thing you have to figure out what works best for you. I'm not saying prepaying is horrible, but it's whatever is best for you. If you can pay in full every year, like I do, then that's better for you.
I think ultimately that's a smart thing to do.
From your paycheck, right, every month. That's how
Well,
it works.
they have to. Right. If you don't have your own business, you work for someone else. Yeah, you don't prepay.
And you're lucky because you get paid like what, every 2 weeks.
Refund.
My pay
Oh yeah.
is once a month, so I have to budget. Well, not counting my other. Obviously, I have other streams, but
I think that's a smarter thing too. Is like you have to take what you have and pay everything at once, and then just budget every day after that.
Well, the thing is, bills are always due. Like obviously, your roof is usually due on the first. Like bills or other bills are due on like the 15th, the 13th.
I got
12th.
3 paychecks just this month.
Yeah, because it's a long month. The double witchy moon month. A super long full moon month. Lucky you. Yep.
And is there other times where you just splurge on yourself?
Not anymore. I feel like ever since we got this house, like, what were you gonna say?
Like never did?
No, not never. Like when I was living in the 1-bedroom apartment, like I obviously had like way too much money and time, and I was just like, you know what? I didn't even expect I was gonna get this house. I was like, let me just spend on myself and buy myself like steaks and like bougie seltzer waters and stuff. But no, like really like designer, no. Never. I haven't bought a designer thing in 6 years. I just don't like that. It's a waste of money. You would rather save for old age. I'm just that kind of person. Like squirrels stashing nuts in a tree. Like I'd rather just, and I feel like you're like that too with some things.
With some,
You'd
most for
rather
the most
not
part.
spend that $20 if you could save it, you know. And I spoke about this before. Like imagine having that $20 in this hand and then the item you want in this hand. Would you rather have the cash? Like look at it physically. Would you rather have the money or the item? Most people would say the money. So I think that's what helps you kind of figure out, should I really spend on this today? No. But yeah, no, like I know you should always pay yourself first, which I'm really learning this year, but it's still a priority to budget and set aside and plan even for emergency expenses, which people don't consider. So I think no, to answer that question, I do not anymore. If I splurge, it would be for my videos.
Okay. Well, how about just treating yourself in general?
That is also very rare because, like, let's say a lot of stuff that I can treat myself with, guess what? You can use it in videos. Like spa-related products. Like, I would buy, like, face masks and stuff, use it in videos, and then use it on myself after. But I'm not that, like, in terms of that, I'm probably more selfless than selfish. I don't really know what else I would splurge on. Like I used to go like to the spa and stuff once in a while, but not anymore. I just got so bored of it, and now you can't even go anyway without wearing a mask. So it's like not really fun anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, but I shouldn't even ask if he splurges on himself because I know he does.
Okay, well, all your nitpicking about me buying video games, yeah, it's for my new YouTube channel, basically.
Okay, so you do the same thing then.
Unless of course it's a game that I really, really wanted to play that's new, like the Final Fantasy VII remake, Shenmue 3, Doom Eternal, and a few other games that are like really, really fun. Like Borderlands 3 just dropped last year. But
I just bring that up because you have so many games. Like let's say you have 1,000 video games, right? Example. Oh, yeah. You obviously don't play all of them all the time. Like you don't even have the time to do that. So like, what's the point of buying new games when you haven't even finished the old one or play them at all the time?
I do have that expectation that I would finish at least some of the best games that I own eventually. Like I do need to go back to some of the classics, like the original Final Fantasy VII. And the thing about my boring channel is I do things like a lot of grinding.
Grind. It reminds me like the twerk dance. Like grinding.
Well, he looks at it as power leveling because he's a World of Warcraft player. I would do like boring, like in the boring, like in the beginning of a role playing game like Final Fantasy VII. If I start out with one character, and if he starts out in this certain area, I would only level him up in like this one little area, or like kill the same monster over and over and over again and see how long it'll take me to get to level 99 or the max level.
I have no idea what you just said. I'm just busy focusing on how loud you are. But yeah, like I don't really play video games. I think that's why I pick on him so much. Because I mean,
you don't
brothers
get it.
always pick on each other. Yeah, I don't get your world because quality over quantity. Why would you obsess over being the like biggest collector of video games, which you probably are by now? I mean, in this
Not
town,
even
I don't want
close.
to give away.
I've seen people who would embarrass me.
I don't want to give away where we live, but in this small town, backcountry woods, you are number one in terms of it. I guarantee it.
Sure, although to be fair, I don't go out much.
Neither do I. None of us go out at all, barely. I mean, but I'm trying to say, like, if you were to go around and ask people if they have a collection, like, nowhere near yours, I'm telling you, his closet next to us is full, pack loaded with stuff.
Boxes, mostly.
I don't even know how he affords it, but that's another story. And he has no debt. Like, I'm like, how do you even afford?
What do you mean no debt?
No, I mean, like, in terms of, like, credit card bills and stuff, like, you have...
Well, I don't have credit, but I still got college.
Okay, that doesn't count.
And my car.
Everyone has college. I'm saying, like...
And a car. Everybody has college and
everyone
car.
has a car. And you have a roof, too, which you haven't paid in full, so...
Yeah, I gotta
I'm trying to say,
make my
like,
payments faster, don't I?
Oh my god, I'm trying to say, like, you literally have no debt. You don't have credit cards, like, that you spend with, so it's like, I don't know how you've afforded over the years all this stuff. It just amazes me. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see it the same way. Like, I only play World of Warcraft, like that one quality game, but I've built my character and leveled him up in so many ways, and you have so many games that have, like,
yeah, I gotta talk to you about that.
probably mediocre leveling, you know, because you don't spend time. It's like having 1,000 children. Like, you don't take care of all of them at once. It's impossible.
No, you gotta have, like, big brothers taking
What's
care
the
of little...
point? Is it just a collection?
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's not just for your channel, because you don't make money from your channel.
Well, it's still for fun too, obviously, but I just so happen to have that channel so that, you know, if people are somehow interested in my boring channel and want a different kind of ASMR to sleep to, like, you know, you just stare at me
and my
character.
You could sleep to his channel. It's pretty boring.
Yeah, you can. That's the whole point. You can sleep to my channel.
I guess I just have to be less critical of you than
or
hypercritical.
You know, I mean, if I get my character to like level 98, people might be inspired of me waiting like these last 10 hours or so to get to level 90.
I just think what you need, my personal opinion, again, I don't want to be hypercritical, but like, I have to ultimately accept that this is your desire and there's nothing I can do about it, and it's beyond my control.
Just get over it.
And beyond my thing, because, you know, it's not about like what I think, it's about what makes you happy. And I guess at the end of the day, when you're working and you go settle down with a video game and some popcorn, if that's what makes you happy and you like to collect them, then do it, you know, go for it. But I personally think, why not channel all that money, all that hard work that you put into these games, and make like each one video every week. Here's the game I bought. Let's talk about it. Let's play it. Here's another game I bought. Let's talk about it. And you have a huge collection of 1,000 YouTube videos of all of your games that you have, and play them. And
that could be a topic for another boring video. Yeah.
Eventually something will pick up and go viral out of 1,000 games, I'm sure. And instead of doing long plays, like, you're giving your all, and all of your weekend, it takes him a whole week just to do these long plays. And he does, like, he records them and plays them and does the voiceover and the commentary, and I don't know how he compiles and puts it together. It blows my mind. I can't even edit an hour video, not to mention 12 hours. So I just feel like all that time and energy, everything in this universe is energy, so you would be more productive and better channeling it to something that can be like shorter clips, like 10 minutes, 20 minutes a week, and then you also will have time to spend on other projects and ventures and dreams as well. My opinion.
Well, it still takes a lot of time and effort just to make a really good
15 years, and he literally is like not listening to me, but that's okay.
Okay.
I don't see how a 10-minute video is more effort than 10 hours, but that's just my opinion.
Well, it depends on how you go about it. There's everything around it.
Well, why don't you channel a poor quality 10-hour video? Because I know you don't put your all into 10 hours. You definitely don't.
Well, it depends.
Compress that into 10 minutes. That is a solid, excellent quality.
That's not what I do. That's not what I do.
But does it bother you that people don't watch?
Well, no. it depends on how you go about it. They're just...
Or you just don't care. You don't look at it that way for the views.
Well, it would be nice to have views, is what I'm saying. It just...
Okay,
but
so
it
it
doesn't
does bother you.
But it doesn't bother me that much.
No, because you have other things going, but I'm saying, like, you don't depend on it. It's not your only source, but I'm saying, like, what is the most productive, efficient time, like, energy-wise for you to output? Like, is it really worth it, like, putting your effort? Now, you're doing this, like, 10 years now, right? Probably more. Starting with Food Person, your original channel, is like, would it be more efficiently productive use of your time? You talk about productivity and production in your job, but you're working for someone else and not channeling towards yourself. You know, it wouldn't be selfish to have your own business as well, your own little thing on the side going for you. That's my question. Like, what would be a better use of your time? Because you haven't seen much results. I mean, your channel basically got banned after 10 years. Like, what would the next 5 to 10 years, your vision, your goal be, like, for yourself? You don't have to share personal dreams, but, like, what would be a better use of your time? Is what you're currently doing, what you feel strongly, intuitively, the best use of your time?
Sure, depending on how I go about it, but it's just something that I'll have to figure out. Okay.
Okay, and you're still figuring out. Okay. I'm wondering. I don't know. I'm always going to be concerned about my brother, and equally as much the rest of family. You know, like, we always have, like, a certain concern that we can't control, or, you know, I feel like I'm a very controlling person. My brother knows that, and there's nothing I
you
can
talk
do.
like 70 to 90% of the time in this whole podcast.
Well, because you're asking me questions, and now we're switching it up to where.
Well, no, I mean,
I'm asking you questions, and now we're switching up to where you ask me questions.
Well, I'm supposed to be asking you questions then.
Right, but I'm kind of feeding back to you what we're talking about.
Sure. You are controlling after all.
It bothers him so much, though, that I bring this up, because he knows I'm right, and...
No, you're not entirely right. I just choose not to share too much about myself.
Well, that's another Cancer thing. Like, it's a crab hiding in its shell. But, you know, this is authentically us, though. Like, this is really how we converse all the time.
We are pretty authentic. That's probably why YouTube doesn't like me too much.
No, that's not true. But, again, you're hard on yourself.
Not so much that I'm inauthentic. It's just how I'm being authentic, and what they don't like about me is why they don't like me.
What? I don't think that's true. I think you have a wrong mindset that people in general don't like you. But what do you feel is authentic then, if you think you're not?
Just saying what's on top of your mind and having no filter, like you said.
Which you do. Oh, you're saying they don't like you for that.
It just that what I say, not I've come out of my shell, is the things that they don't like. You know, some of the political stuff.
Overall, what you don't like about yourself.
No, that's not true.
It is, though, because you're reflecting what others think of you, and what others think of you is a reflection of yourself.
Well, just because I don't like them doesn't mean that I don't like myself. It's just that they don't like something about me.
See,
forget them.
No, you just said it, though. Other people don't like you, and you said you don't like them. So that means in your head you think others don't like you, but it's really you not liking them. It's not that they don't like you. People love you.
I don't like them because they don't like me. So forget them.
But you think they don't like you, but they do. Look at all the people watching, and look at the like bar.
But there are plenty of people who don't.
Plenty of people hate me and want me dead. But do I focus on them?
Well, it's not that I'm focused on them.
Well, overall, it's okay. We don't have to get into therapy 101, but we kind of just brought out in you that your lack of motive or effort toward this overall, perhaps, and I could be mistaken to a degree or an extent, but it's because you don't like people and you just would rather do your own thing, and you think people don't like you for that, but actually they love you for that because that's what they need in their lives, is genuine authenticity. But that's another thing. Like, we all have something that we got to work on, and that's just one of my battery's low. But we're gonna end it here anyway. But you know, that's one of those things I've been bickering with him this whole time, is like where his direction in life should go in relation to his video game career.
Thanks, NBC reporter.
He always hits us. Like, he always like gets at you where it's like he's just trying to like bother you, or where it hurts. But he's funny though. Like, most important, you have that humor in you that like, this is you to the core, and I think this is really what people want to see. And that's why I kind of wanted to do this video, because I mean, we knew this was going to end up switching it back to asking me questions, but it's about you in this video, and I just want people to see you for who you are and how amazing it is, because I know that in you and how much you're capable of, you know? So I look at the comments after this video is done, and the like and dislike bar. I mean, people love you.
Well, yeah, I will read some of your comments for sure. You just have to give me the link.
But I will. But I mean, it's on my channel. You can always see it. But and I'll tell you when it comes out. But I was gonna say, God, this is gonna take forever to upload though. This is so long. Like our internet sucks. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and upload too, which is why we gotta upgrade it with that blue streaming service.
No, we're not doing a new internet service. No way. No. Alright guys, but at the end of the day, it comes inside of yourself. What you believe about yourself is inside. It doesn't matter the views, the likes, the comments. People can give you a million comments that they love you, but if you don't feel that inside of you, it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna pop, you know?
Okay.
And I think you know this already. Like, that feeling comes inside, like, of acceptance. Like, you don't have to necessarily tune into that noise of the hate, you know? Like, there's always gonna be some butthole who's like, oh, I don't like Tony's brother, he's too open, honest, and straightforward. But guess what? Like I spoke about earlier, that's what they feel about themselves. They're projecting on you because they're insecure little MFs. Soy boys. Soy latte
Simps.
milk. Simps, yes. Oh, Simpsons. Simpier than the Simpsons. So why should it bother you that much what someone thinks when it's their problem? It's their insecurity. You just absorb that, and I think you're kind of empathic in a way as well, even if you don't realize that you, as an emotional character, as an emotional based sign, you take on people's problem and like make it your own, and you try to like diffuse it and work on it, but it's not your problem. You just need to like let it go and not explode, you know, like not get angry either.
Yeah. Like,
and I still gotta work on my
some people who
hypocriticalness.
run this country.
All right, we're gonna end it here. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for doing this video with me. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Somewhat of a pleasure. Yeah.
Somewhat, because of my hypercritical toxic trait. Hey, at least I confess I have a problem. Now it's your turn.
Hey, I can laugh about it.
And I can fake laugh about mine. Oh my god. Bye guys. Be sure to subscribe and tap the bell. If you like more, we'll do it. Oh. We're like the Two Stooges.
Two Stooges. Why you?